Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to react to the movie Cuties on Netflix. I've seen bits and clips of the trailer, but I'm gonna watch the full thing. I'm back in my dad's school for this video once more, in case you're wondering what the yellow-green background is. It's a little different than the other places I shoot. And I took the opportunity to put some subliminal messaging in the background. Quiero, which means the subset of people who have been politically active and who work for equality in Ethiopia.
Mais qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Il se passe quoi là? Vous faisiez quoi à la gare? On va danser au concours. Danser avec vous. Quoi? Oh mais les gens t'ont grave kiffé que tu vois tous les likes qu'on a eu. Vous savez où passe l'esprit du mal? C'est sur ces femmes dénudées pour le mariage de ton père.
Regarde comme elle te va. Tu es une femme maintenant.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like they're going really strong on the like, you're a woman now. Chop onions and be in the kitchen. Like, they're really playing that taking her hijab off and joining this dance group is her liberation from like strict cultural norms. Like, I feel like they're just playing that angle so strong.
T'étais où là? T'as foutu quoi? J'étais en retard. En retard? Je suis désolée, Me dis pas... Non, tu l'as volé? Oh la déglingue, j'y crois pas!
À quoi tu joues là, ami?
Islam makes a huge point about how you're not allowed to hit anybody on the face. The movie portrays a billion things wrong, but you're genuinely portraying the religion wrong by doing something that wouldn't be done in a Muslim household.
Qui es-tu, ami?
Laisse couler l'eau, ma chérie. Les péchés s'effacent avec.
Vous avez quel âge?
On a 14.
Comes out on my birthday, September 9. It's not the hijab taking off part that's like the biggest issue, I think. It's more so that it's glorifying her fitting in is more like my kind of thing. Whereas what I think we need more of is for people to find their own identity in their own like unique cultures. It's also promoting the idea that happiness comes with fitting in. You know, like if you fit in with your friends and you're enjoying this dance group, like you're gonna be happy. And if you don't, you're gonna have to like cook in the kitchen and chop onions, which is just the weirdest thing. Like, do non-Muslims not chop onions? Like, do you not have chores that you help around with the house? Like, I'm just like, why is it making it seem like that's something that's specific to like ethnic people or specific to like Muslims? I'm so confused. Like, do you guys not do that? The protagonist and all the actors, at least the younger female actors, are playing 11-year-olds. I think about like my 10-year-old cousin. That's not the type of movies or messages that I would want her to see and see herself portrayed as. Especially because I think there's like a unique intersection about being Black and being Muslim and living in a place that's not your home country, where you are able to relate to a section of culture that isn't Muslim related, but it's Black culture, right? Like, you can relate to that because you're Black and because it's people who look like you, and it's talking about discrimination and microaggressions and things that you can relate to that people who are Muslim but not Black aren't going to be able to relate to. And so seeing a character who's Black and Muslim and then chooses to like fit in can be really confusing for like younger girls who are Muslim, Black, and struggling, because when you're in Muslim spaces, let's be real, there's a lot of anti-Blackness in Muslim spaces, and that's something that a Black Muslim would face. And so the idea of acceptance is very, like, it's great, it's positive. I'm sure a lot of people struggle with wanting to be accepted, but the idea of being accepted is. So I think that kind of, it plays on so many different things there, because even like the beginning clip where she's like straightening her hair with an iron, and you're seeing like she's trying to straighten her hair, but it's not going to end up looking like the white girl or whichever place that girl's from. It's not going to end up looking like her hair. And so you really are seeing like different intersections in this movie that I think it's like really preying on. So that's like another thing to unpack. If you're Black and Muslim and you're not finding like acceptance in the Muslim community, and you watch a movie like this and you're like, oh, if I take off my hijab, I can get acceptance in like the white community or like the non-Muslim community, especially because, let's be real, it's hard to wear hijab. Like, it's hard to wear hijab in today's day and age. And then seeing people where you can like relate to the struggle of like wanting to fit in, seeing like characters that you can relate with make decisions that are choosing to go away from their religion, it's the type of messaging that can influence people to make similar decisions. And don't get me wrong, people can be Muslim and not wear hijab. But it's kind of obvious that hijab is like a huge symbol, you know what I mean? So I feel like even on the symbolic level of someone who was raised in Islam, who is now like choosing to move away from that, like it's really symbolic, because they honestly could have done a character who didn't wear hijab but who like dressed modestly, or who didn't dance or something like that. Like, it could have been the same story with or without hijab, but hijab being included is because it's a symbol, it's because it's recognized, you know what I mean? So even just the symbolism of it all is still there. What else do I think of this? I just feel like we need more coming of age films, shows, movies, books with Muslim main characters that are instead based on like the struggle of being different, and the resulting conclusion is I'm different but I like accept myself. Like, it's I think that's like a better trope, or that's just even a better angle to play, because it's the kind of storyline that's more appropriate for promoting multiculturalism. I read this like awesome book. Does my head look big in this? This kind of novel was awesome because I feel like it's so relatable as a Muslim who struggles with things like hijab, things like fitting in, things like being seen as like intimidating or scary, or things like that. And it brings a youth-oriented focus to it. Of course, if you go to your parents with these things, they'll say, don't like astaghfirullah, and like it's I feel like there's less of an understanding and more of a like, how could you, or don't you dare lose your culture, things like that. And so it's nice to have more of like an understanding. Like, it's nice to hear from other youth, kind of, even if it's through books or media, that they face similar struggles, and yet even though it's a struggle, they've still stuck with it. And so that's the kind of influence that's promoting staying true to how you were raised, staying true to your values, staying true to who you are, essentially, that I think we all kind of need more so. So anyways, those are my thoughts. Leave me a comment because I love hearing from you guys. Or DM me on Instagram at Khadija Abawaji. I make videos every Sunday, so be sure to subscribe. Also, the girl needs to be given some pins in the beginning of the movie or trailer, because she's just like it just looks like she's got a rag over her head. Like at least try. Cool thing going on this week is I'll be in Ottawa for a few days attending a national Canadian-wide protest, #Kiddo,